Listen, I had no idea that this hearing was scheduled to take place on yesterday. I thought this whole thing was over with, but clearly it's not. Fani Willis is still going at it with some of these politicians here in the state of Georgia in regards to her indicting Donald Trump and people from his administration. Yesterday she had a hearing and there's all sorts of clips floating around out there. She is trending. MAGA world is being racist. They are pissed at how she is talking to the people on this panel. Y'all know why? Because she's a black woman, right? How dare she speak to these white men in this manner? Baby, she was laying they asses out. I found a little compilation. Here you go.
Is it true that part of your transition team was involved in the process of interviewing people before you entered office to lead the investigation into the 2020 presidential election?
What you ask is a factual impossibility. That's what we call a lie. I had no way of knowing that these criminals were going to commit a crime. I didn't wait till the day I took office to look for talent that would represent my office for a case that didn't exist.
Do you want to answer?
It's a dumbass question.
I know it is, but go ahead and tell him because it occurred after.
I didn't know that he was going to commit a crime prior to me taking office.
What was the total cost of the election interference case?
I don't know the exact cost. I don't want to speculate to numbers. Whatever it cost, they tried to steal the rights of thousands of Georgians. It couldn't have been enough.
Has Mr. Wade ever prosecuted a RICO case prior to the election interference case?
And Mr. Wade would be the first one in the office. He corrected their behavior. He taught them how to do this case. He was a leader to that team and a public servant. And for that, him like me has been threatened. You want something to investigate as a legislature? Investigate how many times they've called me the N-word. Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate them writing on my house? Why don't you investigate the fact that my house has been swatted? What have you done, sir? Nothing.
And that right there is why voters all across Fulton County galvanized to overwhelmingly vote Fani Willis back into office. Fani Willis is a fighter. Listen, I don't know what went down between her and Mr. Wade. I don't know if they were just friends. I don't know if they were getting it on. I don't care. That's her business. That's her business. All I want to know is, did she have evidence to file that case against Donald Trump? And she did. She absolutely did. She had every right to stand up for the voters in Fulton County here in the state of Georgia. They were trying to steal votes, and she was not going to let them get away with it. Now, I don't know. I know the case has been assigned to a new prosecutor. Who that prosecutor is, I don't know. I feel like I read somewhere that the shit is been put on the back burner, which is what they wanted. They succeeded in making the case go away. They did. But, yeah. Fani Willis is not the type of woman that is going to shrivel up and go away and not use her voice. She don't care who you are, Mr. White Man. She don't care. She going to let you know. Baby, she looked at that man, her lawyer. That's her lawyer. I think he was a former governor. I forget his Roy. Y'all put the name down in the comments. He was a former governor or lieutenant governor of the state of Georgia some years ago. That tells you how much of a rapport Fani Willis has with some of the political elite in this state. She is respected. Yeah, and all of those MAGA nuts that are out there having a conniption, calling her ghetto, talking about she's unprofessional. No, y'all don't like the fact that she was letting that white man have it. She wasn't kowtowing. She wasn't bending the knee. She wasn't making herself small. She know who she is. and she know what she did, and she know who she was standing up for. Baby, I love me some Fani Willis.